Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm gonna do the first part of Advent of Code, and I'm sitting here in this Christmas place, and I have read through the problem here. So it's for day number 1, and basically you have a dial. You start at number 50, so there are 100 numbers from 0 to 99. And you can turn it left or right, and we want to count the number of times we end up at 0. So I have not prepared anything, so I will start with creating a project. Can do mix. Do mix new and Advent of Code. So now we have created our Advent of for this here. So now we have created our project folder, and can go back here. So each time you get an input. So I will just log in. Okay, so now I'm logged in, and we can go down and take my puzzle input. So here I will just save this and then come back. And now I've saved the puzzle input to the project folder. So we can see here, it's located here. And we will open Vim. Can open our project code here, and I'm quite new to Elixir, which is the language I will use. So I will start with seeing how to open a file. I haven't done that before, and we also want to read each line. So if we check the puzzle input again. As you can see, each input here is on a new line. So we have here, we can apparently read a file. So maybe we can start in here interactive. We can write some Elixir code interactively. So we can try here, file.read, and then we need to know so it's inside the lib folder, and then day1.txt. So it's apparently possible to read it like that. But now we want to split on new lines as well. I don't know, is there a split function? Apparently not. So we will see, maybe I did it wrong. Split. It doesn't seem to do what I expected it to do. Maybe there's string split. Oh, seems like it. So we will try string. Right. Elixir split string. Split here. So it's no matching here, it says. Well, let's save this in a variable first, the string we have read. Just call it a, and then string dot split, and we do it like the example, a, and we want to split on new lines. So I wonder why this is not working. Okay, so what we said in A, it's actually a tuple. So we need to unpack it. So I think we can do if we do like this, perhaps. And then in B we only have the string. Okay, so that works. Split B on new lines. Okay, so that works. And I can show you, I also have this Christmas drink with me today. So it's some julmust. It's a bit like Coke, but it's only being sold during Christmas and Easter in Sweden. So, very necessary for the Christmas spirit. Nice. And now we would return to our Kodi. So let's open one more terminal, and we had it in this folder. So if we actually start to code on our solution here. So if we start with reading, we assume that reading the file works. File content, we can call it perhaps. It was file.read. Let's see if this lib slash is necessary, or I don't know which file is relatively gonna read from. So we do it like this. Maybe we can just print content to start with. So if we go back, we open a new terminal here, and so now we have compiled, but we need to run it. Isn't it mix? I've forgotten. Elixir run program. Is it just mix run? I'm not sure if that's gonna work. What if we need to do 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗟 to actually see something? And we do it like this. No, that's what I expected. Maybe we need here, like they said. So it's in here, we try. But then we cannot run this module. Let's see, I think it's not like this. Oh yeah, that's this command. And then our program, I think, should be available, and it was module is called Advent of Code 2025, and then the method here is called hello. So try to run that. Okay, so that prints everything like that. And so now we have the file content, and we knew how to make these actions. So maybe we should call it actions, file content, and then we pipe it to string split. And we start at 50, and then we're gonna turn it. So I'm thinking maybe we can do this recursively, where we start at 50 and then iterate over these actions here, and have some accumulator where we keep track of where we are. Maybe we delete this so we have less code here. And turn lock, maybe we can call our function. So we will take some arguments. We will take our actions, and we will have an accumulator with like the current position perhaps. And now here we want to turn block, and we send in the actions, and we start position 50. And what we want to return is so the number of times we've reached 0. Number of times at 0. We can call that variable. So that's what we want to return. And in Elixir you can do, I think it's like this. So you can have one action here and then the other actions. Let's call it this tail. And then we can do perhaps pattern matching on the action. So we have these values coming in, but it's gonna be like sometimes it's 2 characters and sometimes 3. So we can just double check the pattern matching syntax. Okay, this is also called pattern matching. Here we have this with head and tail. Pin, that was not here. If we go, it's I think case we want to do, but I would like to split it on the first and second. So how should we formulate this? we have a string and we want to split it. Or is there maybe something like a substring? So they have something called slice. Here is if you give a range. Suppose we could do that since we know the length of the string. Here, using the length. 𝗘𝗺𝗡𝗟, that's a function you can use to get the characters in a string. So we could do that for the first, this one. But I wonder about the following ones. So we want to do like integer. So let's see. We just take the first character. Action. And then if we do string.graphemes, I will see, is there something to take just the first? If you do at, and then, so now we have the first character, right? First character, do, and either it can be left, and we want to do something, or it can be right, and we want to do something. But I wonder how we should do with the following ones. Let's make a new variable. It's also the action. Just the integer. Can we parse here? So it's parsing a text representation. So we want to split the string in. We had already done that, although let's go to a newest version here, so we don't have own documentation. And a string, so that's like a byte array under the hood. And I wonder if we can just remove one of the characters in a byte array. Here you can see how it behaves. Binary. Char list. Maybe it's easiest to do with the slice. Right. Slice. That at least we know how it works. So if we do take the action, string dot slice, we want to start from the second character. Do string dot length of action -1, and then we want to do integer.parse. So now we have it as an integer. Seems like it's complaining about something, or no? So that one is all right. So now we have the first character and the number, current position. So here, and we want to do something recursively, so like we would like to call the turn lock and then give it a tail and then current position like plus the number we have found, or let's return it to the left, and here we turn it to the right, so we do plus here. And at some point we also need to handle like an edge case, or what you should call it, when an array is empty. So then maybe we want to what do we want to return? I think we should have a counter how many times we have reached 0. So maybe that would be easiest up like this. The current position doesn't matter in this case, and here we just return number of times at 0 if we if the array is empty. And when we call this, so maybe we should see if this is 0 and handle that in that case. And how do we want to do that? Like we could add it inside this function, but it feels like that wouldn't be like idiomatic Elixir code, but maybe that's easiest. So we have the current position, and if that is 0, then we want to increment this by 1. And this can also go negative, and it can go above 99. Let's just double check here. Was it wrapping around at 99 or? Like here you can see if it's at 0 and then left 1 gives it 99. So if we do something with the remainder, so it's a rem. Maybe we can do current position. Let's do remainder. So if we try to take this and divide it by 100, so then we get a, I guess we should get a value within 0 and 99. Although we can try what happens with a negative number. So if you go back to the terminal here, so if we try with like if we try with something bigger than 100, we get 34. What happens if we have a negative number? So like -10. Okay, then it remains. What do we want to happen then? I think like the easiest would be to just plus something very big, I think. You can see what happens then. So let's say that we get -10, but then we just add something big, and then we get wrapping around behavior. So maybe we can just have it like this. Now saved and got some errors. We will try to solve these errors. Here undefined, so it wants to number of times at 0, it's starting at 0. And we want to print this value. Here it says undefined function as well. And we want to give it this third argument. So, okay, it doesn't like the types here. We have current position. Why does it not like it? Number, is that not an integer? Or is it something with this first character? So we can try what happens if we run this in the terminal here. So let's say that we have L12. Okay, but we got L. We will work on that soon. But let's continue here. So we have the current position. And if it's 0, then we want to add 1 to the number of times at 0. So if this I wonder if we can do it like this. Unused, yes. I think it would. This is like a new scope for it, like a new closure, so it gets modified within here, but it's not like kept outside. And probably better than if we change this a little bit. So we put this here maybe. Case. So this should be equal to case current position do, and here then we want to have this +1, otherwise it's just we keep the value like that. It's still complaining, and there seems to be some underline here. But we can try to run it soon and then see what error we get. Current position, and we had a number. Did we also try to get the number? We can see what that is. So if we take this part, right. So here we don't have this variable. Let's put in. Okay. Don't really know what happens here, but it's the first value that we want to have at least. Is it possible to do with enum at 0? I don't know. No. But let's unpack it. So if we do here, now it's not complaining. We want to run our code again. There, advent of code. It's still called hello the function. Following arguments were given to a string.slice. An empty string. I wonder what it looks like in the end here. Maybe there is an empty string in the very end. So we did here. We have this piece of code. Now I need to read it again. I accidentally closed this. File.open lib day1.txt. Maybe it was called like that. And we put it in variable. File.read perhaps. Like that. And we did our splitting. This thing again. Let's just take, I don't know if it's possible, apparently not. So let's see if we can take the last. I guess it's possible to do negative numbers here. Can try with enum at and -1 and see what happens. No. What was here? Slice. Take the index range. So like this, you can see in the end, -5, -1. Still doesn't like it. Oh, we're missing an tag here. Okay, so here we can see that it's an empty string at the end. And so we want to remove that from here. And how do we do that in the best way? Or any way at this point? Let's take some more julmust. So we want to remove the last. I wonder if there's some like a drop. I wonder if it's possible to drop the last. Apparently it is. So maybe if we do here, drop -1. And then we want to run our program again. Here, now we got some response, 969. I can try to submit it and see if it works. You cannot submit things too often here, then you will get like penalized. So then you need to wait some time if you try too often. But let's try this. Whoa, it's the right answer. You're one gold star closer to decorating North Pole. So I had to change location, but I think I was done anyways. And this was the first day of Advent of Code 2025. And I used Elixir. I haven't used Elixir that much in the past. I'm still learning it. I think it's a very interesting language, and if you have any feedback on like the code I wrote, like how to make it more idiomatic, or like how to, yeah, if you have any feedback when you saw me code, please share in the comments. I intentionally avoided didn't use any AI, otherwise I think it would have been trivial if you used AI, but if you don't write and think for yourself, then you will not learn the code. You will only learn how to prompt, and I'm more interested in learning to actually write Elixir code myself, so that's why I avoided AI. And also, what's the fun with the challenge if you look up the answer or look up too much? But if you have any feedback, so please share, and yeah, we'll see you another time. Bye bye.